All right, here we are, man. Fixing to go live for an announcement in just a couple minutes. It's going to be short and sweet. Just an announcement, a quick lesson, and we'll go from there. All right, so stay tuned. Got an announcement for Faithful Man, a live event, stepping out of our comfort zone. Going to try to do some things that we feel the Lord's leading us to do to hopefully be a help. It's always to be a help. Learn the possible different way to go about this, and we want to implement. So, a minute or two. Go ahead and go live with this and go from there. Getting my cup of coffee. All right, we got a couple here. Going to give it maybe 30 more seconds. We're going to talk about our live event coming up. A live event trying something new, seeing if it helps, seeing if it reaches more people. Seeing if it's something that will bring some healing into your life. So give it a few more seconds here. We'll have a small teaching, and then we'll go from there. Well, this is Chris Huffman with Faithful Man. Every day becoming a better man, and hopefully in the process helping you do the same with today's live announcement of a live event we're going to host on July 1st. July 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern. July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to have a live teaching event where you get to be proactive. Because we've already put a program together, but we want to put it out there and get your opinion and let you ask questions and see how we can create a program that will help you where you are. Now, at Faithful Man, our target audience is businessmen and ministers between the ages of 35 and 55. Now, you may be younger, you may be older, you may not be a businessman, you may not be a minister, but you've suffered some sort of traumatic event. Divorce was my thing. So we teach divorce recovery for men in that bracket. We also teach you just emotional recovery. Divorce may not have been what you went through, but you've gone through some emotional trauma. You don't know how to deal with it, and you need help. You're at that point, you know you need help. And all the free resources that are out there on YouTube or wherever is just not cutting it for you. Even the hundreds of videos that we put out there that are free and helpful, you just can't find enough to get you consistent help and results. And so we're going to go live July 1st and register, direct comment us, reach out to us via email, faithfulman513@gmail. Call or text 970-404-7165. Let us know you're interested. Send us your questions, send us your comments about what you would like us to discuss, about the things that you're struggling with, the hard times you're having with, the things that you need answers to. It's going to be a free event, but we're going to use it to tweak what we already have going, but to maybe make it better, no doubt make it better, and cater it better, and maybe even create a whole new other program that helps you wherever you are. Okay, so July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do that. And I'm going to try to keep these announcements going at least weekly, if not daily, in live form and just in video form on all the platforms that I know. Listen, I'm an old man. I still don't know how to do all this. I still don't know how to create all the links. I'm just obeying the Lord as He leads me, putting myself out there. And you know what? God is big enough that He can make something out of this. God is big enough to make something out of it. Now, I'm going to briefly teach on our 10-step program, our 10-week program. It's set up for 10 weeks, 10 steps, but if you put the time and the effort and you actually want to purchase our program, okay, it might take you longer, it might take you shorter. We do try to cater it, and especially if you invest, that includes the one-on-one coaching, weekly emails, devotionals, certain texts, all that goes into that. But I'm briefly going to go over our 10 steps here, and hopefully more people will join, and you can mark on your calendars July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Put comments in here, ask questions in here, reach out to us again, 970-404-7765. If you're interested, what you would like to see discussed, the issues that you're having, and we'll go from there, okay? But our mothership program, here's our 10 steps. Father as Papa. Father as Papa, the submission protocol. All right? You're going to have to learn whatever struggle you're going with, whatever problems you're having, you're going to have to learn submission. Now, our programs are Bible-based, King James Bible. We make no apologies for that. And ultimately, we're going to want you to give your life to Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior so that you can have a home in heaven when you die. But you don't need that to go through these courses. You don't need that to have success and transformation. But there's no point in going through this, having success in your marriage, having your success in the 5 and 6 pillars that we teach: faith, family, finances. Having a brain fart. Faith, family, finances, fitness, and ultimately fulfillment, and maybe a 6th one, favor. Don't know what we're going to do with favor yet. You can have success in all those areas, but we don't want you to just have success on this earth and a great life. Win your wife back. Win your kids back. Get your business back and going. Get money in your bank account. Get your body right. Whatever it is, and have success, but then die and spend eternity in hell. So ultimately, we want you to give your life to Jesus Christ. But our first step is you're going to have to submit at some level. You're going to have to learn submission. Our second protocol is your faults public. You're going to have to own up to your faults in some sort of public form, some sort of public fashion with the people. This is admission. The admission protocol. You're going to have to own up to it. We're going to go over this stuff. We're also going to take questions on July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The third protocol is fits privately. We call this the aggravation protocol. You're going to have some real detailed, deep, private times where you throw fits. I'm talking, you might throw tantrums. You might be on the ground rolling around, screaming out to God, cussing, whatever you do. You get it all out. You deal with your fits. You deal with your aggravations private, and you let it all go. You don't hold anything back. You don't have any filters. You deal with these things in private, the aggravation protocol. So it'll help you better not deal with that in public. The fourth protocol, forgive people. The forgiveness protocol. You're going to have to forgive. You're going to have to forgive yourself. You're going to have to forgive God. Even though God doesn't do anything wrong, God hasn't done you wrong. It feels like he has. And we're not forgiving God because God needs forgiveness. We're forgiving God because we need to express that. Forgiveness. That's the fourth protocol. The fifth protocol is focus particular. Focus particular, the specification protocol. Yeah. You're going to have to get real specific about some things. You're going to have to ask forgiveness from your wife. You're going to have to ask forgiveness from your children. You're going to have to ask forgiveness from all you've done wrong. There's just a whole series of things that you're going to have to be specific about in order for you to have the transformation we're trying to get you to have at Faithful Man. Number 6, fight personally. The confrontation method. You're going to have to fight. What type of fight are we talking about? You fighting you. Fight personally, confrontation protocol with yourself, with the man in the mirror. You're going to have to fight your flesh, your wicked desires, all the hate and anger and bitterness and unforgiveness in your heart. You're going to have to fight it personally. And we teach you how to fight. We teach you how to come out victorious. Number 7, figure personalities. Figure personalities. The compassion protocol. You're going to have to put yourself in the shoes of those you've hurt. You're going to have to be sympathetic and empathetic to those you've hurt. Your wife, your children, your friends, whoever. But you're going to have to figure in the personalities you've hurt, have compassion, the compassion protocol. Number 8, feeling pain. Dealing with your emotion. The emotion protocol, feeling pain, dealing specifically with your pain. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be a man and cry. It is manly to cry. It is masculine to cry. If you're a true masculine man, guess what? God made you, and he made you with feelings. Now, what we're not talking about is where I was for so many years, this emotional instability, roller coaster type of baby whining, crying type of personality. We're not talking about that. We're talking about men that have emotional stability and they've learned how to cry and have feelings in the proper way. I've always been more sensitive. It's always been easy for me to cry. I would cry at the drop of a hat, and sometimes I would drop the hat. But I noticed that as I grew spiritually, as the Lord took me through the traumatic experience for me and my divorce, and the program he allowed me to put together to help men through the same thing and whatever trauma they're going through, that I still am very emotional. I still cry, but I don't cry as much. I'm not out of control. I have become emotionally stable, but I still cry. It's okay to cry. There's things about my past that I've had to go through dealing with this that I've been forgiven for. I've asked forgiveness. I've made things right with everybody, and as far as I know, they've forgiven me. But every once in a while, they act like they haven't forgiven me, and they cut me off. They still filter me through my past. And one side of my family did all this about 6 months ago. I ain't heard anything from anybody for 6 months. And when they did that, when they had that talk with me, I finally said, listen, guys, I've changed where I've had to change. I have made things right with y'all. If you still want to filter me through the past, you've not felt any judgment, no anger, no condemnation from me for years. We've been together. We've had dinner together. We've had Christmas together. We've had Halloween together. We've watched movies together. We wore matching pajamas together. We had great times together. But every once in a while, you'll see something on a social media post that you don't like, and you take it personally. And I even backed off of that. But okay, on my Facebook stuff, because it might come back to you, it might be a little embarrassing to you, I was being empathetic toward them. I won't say so much on that one. I never mention names. I hardly ever say their relationship with me. But they know. And so I thought, I'll stay. But I told them I'm still going to teach and preach my stuff on TikTok and YouTube and wherever. But on my personal Facebook stuff, I'll back off a little bit. And so 6 months ago, I simply liked a post that somebody made. That's all I did. And they got back with me and said, this is the type of we're talking about. And I said, listen, I'm not living in the past anymore. I've changed where I've needed to change. If you're going to let that stuff bother you, I can't accommodate you anymore. If you're going to keep filtering me through my past, that's on you. If you guys are going to decide to cut me out, I'm going to decide to be okay with it. And that was done through that text messaging. Never heard back. Sat down on a chair and I cried. And I gave it to God again. And guess what happened? Almost immediately. The whole load came up. Whole load came up off me. It's like the universe opened up. Something opened up in me. I was at a whole new level because I was letting that keep me from being all that God wanted me to be. But you're going to have to deal with your emotions, and we teach you. We have methods, we have containers, we have ways to deal with that. Number 9, friends parties. Now again, I'm putting this out here as a live because July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to teach through this. We're going to allow you to ask questions. We're going to allow you to comment. And I'm going to try to follow along and answer all those questions about what you're struggling with, what you would like our program to emphasize, and either use all that to tweak the current program we have or make a program completely altogether, something that you know you're going to get help and transformation with. Okay? July 1st, 7 p.m. So we're teaching on this a little bit tonight as well. Okay, number 9, your friends' partings. Your friends' partings, the separation protocol. You're going to have to separate from some bad influence. You've got some friends, you got some family, you got people in your life that aren't the best for you. And you're going to have to cut them out. Some way, somehow, you're going to have to cut them out. Hopefully you'll be able to maintain 1 or 2 people that hold you accountable, that ask the hard questions, but there's probably a few people that you're going to have to just cut out of your life. They're hindering you. And number 10, fit physique, the exertion protocol. You're going to have to start taking care of your body. We're not trying to get you to become Mr. Olympian, Mr. Triathlete. I'm not there, but I'm 40 pounds lighter. I've got more muscle. I got more tone. I'm stronger than I'm better shape now at 52 than I was when I was 30. Now I've got some old injuries that are creeping up on me at old age, but I'm trying to find natural ways to take care of that. But we just teach you simple steps to change your diet and to have some sort of physical exertion in your life to tone some things up and to make your vessel a vessel for the finer, to make you more of a fighting man, more of an in-shape man, more of a healthy man. We want you to look dangerous. We want predators, if they're around, if they see you and your family and your kids, they say, no, I don't want to mess with that. Looks like that man could be dangerous. Okay, he's not a fat slob. He doesn't look effeminate. He doesn't look like a geek. He just looks like a masculine man who I don't want to deal with. And I'm telling you, one of my pet peeves are fat preachers. Fat preachers. I've seen it. I'm an independent Baptist. That's what I've grown in. And I got sick and tired a long time ago of 300-pound plus men behind pulpits. I don't care how good they preached. I just immediately turn them off. It might be a weakness in me, but I turn them off when you're a fat preacher behind the pulpit. We don't want to be that way. Just want to teach you some simple things, take care of your body, give you longevity, help you play with your kids and your grandkids, go on hikes, do some sporting events, even wrestle around with your teenage boys, and give them a little bit of run for their money. Those are the 10 steps. Now, we're going to go over that July 1st, 7 p.m. Like, comment, subscribe. Email us at faithfulman513@gmail. Text or call 970-404-7165. Questions, comments, what you would like, what you want to see addressed, what would you like in our programs. And we're going to address all that July 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until we meet again, keep your eyes on Him.